What the f? What did I just see? I'm just gonna go ahead and call it the best Tom Cruise movie ever. My jaw dropped on the floor in that scene and it stayed on the floor for the rest of the film. So it was a late night show, but after watching the film, the adrenaline was kicking in so much that I just could not sleep and I had to write this review. Hi guys, just back from watching the new Tom Cruise starrer movie Top Gun Maverick in theaters, and this is what I thought about it. 36 years after the release of its original film, Tom Cruise returns as Captain Pete Mitchell, aka Maverick, for the second installment. And boy oh boy, did they knock this one out of the park. In the last 36 years, the whole world has changed. Pete's original batchmates are now in high-ranking positions. The world scenario has changed, the aircrafts are more advanced, drones are threatening to make pilots obsolete, and as Ed Harris's character puts it, your tribe is on the verge of extinction.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Well, that remains to be seen, because while everything else has changed, Tom Cruise the actor and Maverick the character hasn't changed one bit. Maverick still has the arrogant audacity of his younger self, and he still feels the need for speed.
I feel the need for speed.
However, this time Maverick's task is to train an exclusive bunch of young graduates, the best pilots in the country, to execute a dangerous mission. How Maverick adjusts to this new role, how he gains the respect and eventual obedience of these cocky young pilots, how he deals with the ghost of his past and gets past his guilt, and finally how he saves the mission forms the rest of the film. When someone asked Tom Cruise why he waited so long to make a sequel for a movie like Top Gun, he replied,
"The studio wanted to do a sequel. Paramount was after me for about a year to make the film before I committed to it. And I just wasn't ready to do it. There are things that I wanted to accomplish with the first one. I wanted it more immersive for an audience, inside that F-14. So you can see certain films that I made, American-made, and Fallout, where I was playing with aviation. I was evaluating technology, cameras, lenses, what the look of these things were, film versus digital, how do we approach these sequences, how can I immerse an audience, what is that world? And at a certain point we're shooting Fallout and I realized I had enough elements in place that I felt confident enough to be able to attempt to do this.
Roger that, Captain. Terrific decision. Because Top Gun Maverick is not just an upgrade to the original, but it's a freaking extra dimensional leap. The aerial sequences are astounding. It will blow you away. You genuinely get the feeling of being inside the cockpit with these pilots. Really, it's the USP of the film. Never before a movie has given me such an immersive and exhilarating experience in theaters. I mean, that first training sequence where he does some maneuver on the air, my jaw dropped on the floor in that scene and it stayed on the floor for the rest of the film. Credit should really go to the guys behind the scenes who helped storyboard and choreograph the scenes to perfection, and of course to the editor Eddie Hamilton. You get an Oscar nomination, you get an Oscar nomination, you get an Oscar nomination, all of you get an Oscar nomination. For the fans of the original, the makers ensure there's enough nostalgia. Right from the opening credits, which is almost the same as the original, to the bromance levels, which I think is in fact raised up a notch in this film. Even emotionally, the movie strikes that right balance where it's not too dry, but at the same time not overly dramatic. Just right. While the original seemed a lot like a recruiting commercial for the US Navy, this one stays away from any of that kind of setup or any excessive jingoism, which is a welcome relief. So there's no USA, or we are the greatest country in the world. I mean, look at us. We've got the best weapons, we've got the best aircrafts, we've got the best pilots. Jokes apart, I say this with seriousness that, movies like this have a tendency to get a bit more, carried away with this whole patriotism bit. There's so many examples. So that's why I like the touch of having the enemy be nameless. It's a conscious decision. They don't mention the territory, it's vague, they don't even show a flag, nothing. In fact, in the last dogfight sequence, they ensure that you don't see the enemy's face. Performance-wise, Miles' Teller as Rooster is terrific. This guy is such a wonderful actor. From the outstanding thank you for your service to War Dogs, from Only the Brave to the unforgettable Whiplash. Hard to believe that this guy is the same guy who played Klitz in The Girl Next Door. The other performance I want to talk about is Jennifer Connelly. Even at 51, she's a stunner. And of course, Glenn Powell as Hangman. It's a small role, but that dude leaves his mark. And then the man himself, Tom Cruise. This guy, he's like an alien. I mean, he doesn't age like normal people. He seems to do more stuff when he's old than when he was young. The exact opposite of what normal people do. Matlab, who are you, man? This is an out-and-out cruise ride. His magnetic charm, his trademark grin, it's all there. All in all, Top Gun Maverick is an out-and-out winner. It's the kind of Hollywood commercial cinema that I absolutely love. Engaging, entertaining, and exhilarating. All at once. And more importantly, made for the big screen. So on the binge meter, this one's right up there. Book your tickets on the biggest IMAX screen that you can find in your city. And get ready to fly!